Okay, so last night we were talking about gaming, and out of curiosity, I did a little bit more research, found another thing called Decentraland. Now, I'm probably much more interested in this from the technology standpoint, but basically, what you have to do is create. Let me see if I can get to the. No, I want to get to the regular Decentraland, but this is the creation process. You can create a person, uh, hair. I'll just, maybe I'll make it lighter. See what that looks like. That's not too bad. Uh, what do I think of her clothes? So this is one of those where you get to make your avatar, and this kind of stuff has been around for a while, but we'll just leave her as it is. Let's see, we don't have any collectibles. So you pay for this whole thing in, using Ethereum. That's what makes it interesting. That's my gaming name, and put in our email. So let's see what we got here. I'm not going to buy anything, and then we'll go back. The little privacy policy, because I don't have anything in the wallet that I'm using. But let's just have a look at what this is, and then we're going to step back and look at the technology a little bit. So it's basically you're buying, you're paying instead of paying money and then getting in-game money, you're doing it with Ethereum, essentially, and that's why they have you use a MetaMask wallet. So let's see what this is going to look like. I don't know how well it's going to run on this machine. It's supposedly very, let it do its thing. I'm going to go here and show you what we got. So let's see, let me make sure you're seeing this. Yeah, I know, another session was detected. So, guess we can't do that. They're not going to let us. Oh, it's taking its sweet time loading the experience. And I don't see it. I don't see how far it's been. Well, it's not hung because this stuff keeps changing. Let's go in I'm going to bring up another browser because this is going to take its sweet time, I think. If I do it in a different browser, that'll let me show you the documentation. Where this is interest is it's on the web. And essentially what you're doing is you're buying NFTs. So the nice thing is I'm on a different browser, so hopefully it won't detect another session. I can actually, yeah, let's go back here. You're seeing Decentraland loading. I am going to come here to this one and show you the Firefox. This is Chrome. Here we go. Now you can see that. Let's move this in here. so you can actually see something. And get this to a size that, there we go. And put this, alright. So it looks like we're gonna have to, let's see. So this is what you see. You can play, you can set up a wallet, and which is what and basically what you do is the coin is that they use is mana, and it's exchanged for stuff in the game. You get mana, so you need a digital wallet, and it goes through. So you're kind of a lot of things you can't do. So right now this is computer only, and you can buy land and stuff like that. But what's interesting is, let's see if I can find something with the docks, because I was looking at them before. Development. So this is now it wants to go back here. So let's go to the SDK. So this is you can build this metaverse and get stuff, and there are shortcuts that they give you examples of. Let's have a look. So you make scenes. This almost reminds me, if you've ever read the book or saw the movie Ready Player One, they're, I forget what they called it, their metaverse that the characters essentially lived in. And the character wasn't exactly how they may not be how they appeared in the metaverse. And there was very interesting stuff going on in the metaverse and the real world, and so let's see. Here's an example of something. So here's the example. So they have their little let's see what we got. And now this is Node.js. Again, we need to talk about this more, because Node.js, Node.js is very heavily used. This looks like it's a PNG file. Let's go back. These are materials, source. And so this is a Node.js, kind of a JavaScript, or they call it text script. I forget what well, it's basically the version of JavaScript that's used in things like why did it fly out of my brain here? But in the web GUI type stuff, React.js, and this is, I think it's called something like TextScript or TScript or something like that. So you can see we got all classes and so on. So this is how you write things. And you can see export class implements IS system, and you're doing, so this is our class that does everything. What else might you have? Models, let's see what that is. So I don't know what a GLB file is. It looks like it's some kind of graphic file. We looked at the source, the materials again is PNGs. And it looks like you can also run this in Docker. So this is essentially how you would write stuff in for this metaverse. It's kind of interesting. So a fun use of React.js. So let's go back here. And I'm hoping you've seen all this. Yeah, good. I want to go back up to before we got into the GitHub. I went into a different, show you seeing. Okay, so this is some examples of how you would write, and then got tutorials, bunch of video tutorials here, and some examples. So this is pretty cool. Let's see if I'm gonna see if this thing ever decided to load. No, it's like the authentication succeeded, but it's not loading. I'm gonna try refreshing, because it is really slow. So I'm sure you'd all like to see this, because what's the point of looking at this code here if you can't, whoop, wrong page. There we go. Oh, come on, here we go. What's the point in looking at this stuff if we can't actually see it in action? But they have a lot of good examples here. So if you're a gamer, this is an opportunity to build your skills in T-script, and get your skills up and learn a lot, and learn about game development, and do it on the blockchain. Now, of course, the other thing to understand is, to do a lot of stuff, it is going to cost you real money. You're going to have to buy the Ethereum to buy their token. You're going to have to buy their tokens. You're going to have Ethereum. So, yeah, you have to, so that you're going to have to be aware of that if you're going to get into this world. But as a developer, probably don't have to spend anything for the most part, until you get into testing. So you can see they have a lot of information available, and you can use any 3D modeling tool, which is kind of cool. So if you're familiar with any of those 3D modeling tools, that will be good for this as well. You'll be able to model your objects in there. So this you can kind of, I guess if you have some experience with 3D modeling, that will definitely give you an opportunity to use that in combination with your blockchain skills. So this is actually, even though I'm not a good 3D modeler, I have done a little bit of it. Took a class, and we had to do things like model a gaming system, and so actually that was a pretty good class. If you're interested in that stuff, I was very happy with School of Motion and the quality of the class. Um, I did take some other classes that the material, I took another class that material was good, the organization made it really hard because it it just wasn't well organized, and sometimes you didn't know, what you should be doing or where you should get what you needed. But that's neither here or there. If you want to learn um, uh, graphic, if you want to learn that kind of thing, they have Cinema 4D, which is the class I took. They have two classes in that. And they have stuff with After Effects, a lot of stuff with After Effects, all kinds of classes. And like I said, my experience with the class I took was very good. It wasn't cheap, but if you want to learn that stuff, I would definitely recommend them. Very high quality classes. So anyway, so we've seen this is a very interesting example of doing gaming on the Ethereum blockchain. So anyway, hopefully this has been helpful and I haven't babbled on too long, but this is kind of cool, and maybe doing some more exploration of this. I think in terms of, I guess, more practical applications, and would also benefit for even this because it does use the same scripting. I think it would be good to look a bit more into DApps because that is what you need. I mean, what you need in order to make your smart contracts actually do something, or have someone be able to use them, because we have this back end that we've built, but it's not very usable. I mean, so in terms of someone who's not going into a development thing, so that's where the DApp comes in, and of course this is pretty much all DApp, and because if you look at the code again, it is the same scripting language. So anyway, hopefully this has been helpful. If it is, please give a like. Please subscribe. Please ring the bell to get notifications and share it with your friends. And I will speak to you next time.